Good morning, New Hampshire. This is Walter at C1M Photography Academy. Welcome to our photography tips and tricks Sunday morning at 11. So spring is full springing and the flowers are coming out. All the greenery is coming now, I've seen daffodils blooming here and there, and it definitely feels more springy. And anybody that loves photography, I think now is the time to go outside and try to take more pictures, because what better way to enjoy your hobby of photography, or maybe even your profession, by taking stunning photos. And today I want to do this a little bit differently, because I really want to give a plug to our Photo Explorers, which is a membership group. We travel the land, explore beautiful places, and take stunning photos, as I say so often, and we really do this. So the idea behind Photo Explorers is to go out on a photo safari and take photos, but then 2 weeks after we meet for a tweak and toast and jointly go over the photos that our members took and share what we could do with them to make them even better. I want to show you some of them actually that we took over the last year. So this is actually goes a while back on Rattlesnake Mountain, as our Photo Explorer group actually kind of kept growing and kept changing through the years. We had the opportunity to go to some really stunning locations. So this actually started out as a really rainy, dreary day down here in Amherst, and then we drove up north a little bit, to get on top of Rattlesnake Mountains, which was a bit of a drag to get up there, but the view down was gorgeous, as you can tell. Once a year we try to kind of photograph a sunrise. We explored different spots for this one too. This was actually out near the seacoast, which lend itself to some gorgeous colors, and some scenery there. Being a photography school, we pretty much have to go to Rockport, Mass once in a while to photograph that lobster shack over there, motif number 1. So this is one of the photos that we took there. But then there's other scenery and nice things to photograph there as well. Also, we tried for a Milky Way shoot years ago, our first Milky Way shoot, which ended up not being too successful. But I came back with a stunning sunset actually, that I tweaked and edited a little bit, and really kind of made the colors to kind of come forward more. We went to Portsmouth, one of the parks there, Strawberry Bank actually. This is one of the motives there. And also I want to say, sometimes when we go out, the weather isn't always the nicest. This was a day out on Plum Island where it was really dreary, it was drizzly and so forth, but the landscape actually had its own characters. Look at these islands actually there in the fog. Of course, I had to mess with it a little bit over here, but it was a stunning landscape. Look how peaceful and quiet and calm this looks. Here's one of our photo explorers. I think she's photographing some geese or some ducks there. This again is Portsmouth. A little bit further down, I think it might have been June when we went there, so we actually had more flowers to photograph. Here we actually had a busy bee trying to get some nectar in one of the flowers and so forth. So yeah, if you love greenery, pretty flowers and so forth, Photo Explorers were always keen for this one. This was actually Tower Hill Botanical Gardens where we go. And these are some of the locations actually. I mentioned before, this is actually one of the sunrises that we photographed, not on the seacoast. This was more inland now. And what I really liked was the fact to have right here, to have this fog basically in the trees, in the valleys there. This was a gorgeous sunrise that we had the opportunity to photograph. Here were the Photo Explorers actually with me on this one, doing that. This was actually more in the fall, because we photographed Madame Cherie's forest. This is actually the stairway to heaven, as it's sometimes called, in western New Hampshire, and one of the arcs actually collapsed. We've been there many times, in fall, because it's a gorgeous location to take photos. But because one of the arches fell down, we had to check it out. We had to go look. So we did this last year in fall. Here it is actually with a collapsed arch. Here is actually our Photo Explorer group on the seacoast trying to capture the waves of the wild and splashy ocean. But that day the ocean didn't cooperate well, so we actually tried to do like a long time long exposures to make the water look like ice using a neutral density filter. So this was one of the things we did there. And then, of course, we go to the butterfly place now and again. We just went there, which is a great location to go to in spring, because they're open year round, I think, and you can take photos. They're stunning photos of things inside, even though the weather outside might not be too conducive to the photography yet. This just happened. We went to the coast, to the ocean shore, to take some pictures. Actually, last Sunday that we went there. Near Portsmouth on the ocean shore. Wasn't really a lot going on yet, but I felt everybody really loved it to be outside, because the weather was, as you can tell, it wasn't really overcast, it wasn't really blaringly sunny, but there was supposed to be more cloudy sky forecast, but we lucked out. It didn't materialize. Yeah, it was a little bit colder than advertised, but the sun was so nice, and just getting out after the long winter is something I think that everybody appreciated an opportunity to be part of. I got the picture of a goose. There wasn't really a lot of exciting wildlife available there, but sometimes just getting out is its own reward. So here's one of our photo explorers working on something up out in the distance. Discussions here and there about the features and technicalities of the cameras, and so forth. And this was actually one of the photos that I took for one of the classes that I want to show people, because I don't know if you can see this, but the lighthouse in the background isn't quite as clear as the ocean in front of it. So that happens sometimes when you're not on top of your autofocus. So these are all things that we do with the photo explorers. And I really want to invite you guys to share this with anybody that might actually enjoy being part of a group that goes to locations, that takes photos, and being among a group of like-minded people and enjoy this photography thing with your friends is an awesome thing, I think, and we provide for that. So Photo Explorers is a membership that is available monthly or annually. For annual subscription, once a month we go on a location for Photo Explorers, and 2 weeks after, we actually meet for what we call a tweak and toast, when we look at the photos and see what we can do with them using the latest editing techniques in Photoshop Lightroom or Adobe Photoshop, and see what we can do to make the photos even better. And then, as a Photo Explorer member, our monthly workshops that we run once a month on a Saturday from 10 to noon, they're free to attend unless we have a model. Then there's a model fee, but we only have a model 2 or 3 times a year. Most of these workshops we don't have a model, so they're actually totally free to attend for people that are members of the Photo Explorer. So with the with the Photo Explorer membership, you get quite a lot. You get the monthly photo safaris, you get the tweak and toast with lots of one-on-one time, with the editing, and also the group's input. I cannot say this, I cannot overstate the awesomeness of that by itself, because often the group's input is really valuable, and we learn a lot from each other actually when we're doing these things. And then of course our workshops, where there's a lots of hands-on time, and they're very topic driven. For example, actually, this month in April, we had a workshop on studio lighting. Next month in May, it's going to be a digital camera class and so forth. So these are all different workshops, that we have available, and you can check that out, what's coming up online on our website. But they're free to attend to any Photo Explorer members. All you have to do is pay a model fee if we have a model. But as I said, that doesn't happen a lot. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year we have a model at our workshops. So you get basically 3 events a month with your Photo Explorer membership. And I think that might be the best kept secret in the photographers community in southern New Hampshire. So with our Photo Explorer membership, you get 3 events a month actually that you can attend and be among like-minded people and learn more about photography in general, about camera techniques, about all these things. So hopefully I'll see you at one of those soon. So since we just looked at Photo Explorer pictures, I'm going to forego these today. So rather than showing you more Photo Explorer pictures, I want to actually show everybody how to sign up for Photo Explorers and where to find the information. So type in your browser c1mpa.com, which brings you to our web store, actually right there. And then when you scroll down a bit, actually, here there's a Photo Explorer membership. It says right there, and there's a big button that says Learn More right there. And if you click on this, it brings you to the to the Photo Explorer membership page, and you can sign up right there, either for the $98 per month or the $960 for the whole year. So that saves you about 20% when you pay for the full year. And the Photoshop, I'm sorry, I keep saying Photoshop. The Photo Explorer membership actually is intended to be a long-term immersion into a learning environment, taking a slower pace and a little bit of a different structure than our typically very curriculum-driven photography courses and classes that we're known for, because the learning actually seems to happen at a slower pace. But we created the Photo Explorer memberships so that people that went through the curriculum-driven courses and classes with us could actually continue to learn, but at a slower pace, and allow their creativity to bloom, because creativity and stress actually, I think, are diametrically opposed. So if you feel stressed, your creativity is probably not going to be the greatest. And we wanted to create an opportunity for people to join us for a longer term and learn at a slower pace. But let your photography blossom. Let your photography prowess come forth. Yet let your art develop. And will help you to refine it, but you need to have the muse for it, you need to have the quiet for it, the calm, and that's actually what the Photo Explorer membership is all about. So hopefully I'll see you at one of those soon. Thank you, and I'll see you soon, and have a